Hello everyone, Rookie Moxon here, and welcome to the team preview for the week 8? 8. Week 8 of the Not So Casual Pokemon Draft League. Before we do get into the team preview though, got a little bit of a surprise. As Playmore dropped new merch. And of course, I bought it. So, quick little unboxing, or well, unwrapping, I guess, of this. This one super good looking. I like the feel of it as well. Very nice. I love the frog on the pond and how the frog is the only thing colored. Honestly, very nice. Very good quality. That is one of the two new things that got added. That I know that I'll be okay wearing out in public. That's very nice. And then the other thing is the sweatshirt jersey. Play more. Now, I know that my camera is kind of flipped, so like, you know, all the text is backwards, but yeah. Very nice though. I do like the quality of this. The insignia of the Playmore. That's actually really cool. I like that a lot. Overall though, like very nice quality. This I'll be wearing a good amount in winter. It's kind of funny how, like, you know, more merch. One of them's a hoodie. It's summertime. It's hot. It was like 100 degrees yesterday. That's... yeah, sure, let's put out a hoodie when it's like hitting 100 degrees around the world. So... I figured, like, you know, since, like, I'm a huge fan of Playmore, Playmore kind of, like, quote-unquote inspires the team of just, like, you know, we got Bubby right here. I always try and wear the shirt for the matches. Figured, you know, might as well. There's a spider web right there. You can actually kind of see it. It's right here. There's a spider web right here. I'm gonna have to clean that. Anyway, so, week 8, we are going up against Mantis. He has been having a pretty good season so far, and we are the same. Yeah, we are the same win-loss. However, he is a little bit lower on the differential here. So, we're both 4-3, but my differential's 3, while his is -5. He's had some pretty good games, though, as his team consists of Tapu Lele, kind of a support mon for him, with the amount of kills. Mega Gyarados, very, very dangerous sweeper. Alakazam, he did not have the Bulu for the longest time. He actually just swapped that out of Lycanroc Dusk. And I'm more than happy to see Bulu over Dusk. Moltres, Haxorus, which he has not brought to many games. Hitmonlee, which has been his main cleaner. Paired alongside the Lele. Donphan, Durant. Frostlass, Raticate, and Go-Go. So, from what I'm expecting most out of this team, with his Terra captains of Hitmonlee and Raticate, I'm expecting Lele terrain. I'm not expecting Bulu. Absolutely destroy Bulu with Mega Pinsir. And the grassy terrain not being able to give the access of the priority immunity would end up not really helping him out at all. So like if like say he sets up the grassy terrain and he has the Hitmonlee out trying to like do his sweep, Pinsir can just come in, mega up, quick attack, done. So that's why I'm more expecting Lele. And so I don't know too much on what else he might bring, but we're ready for it no matter what. And so we'll be getting into the team preview here. Starting off our team will be Orthworm. Not entirely a designated lead, but one who is going to be pretty important this battle. Heavy Slam, Body Press, Stealth Rocks, and Rest. This thing is here to pretty much be one of the two answers to Tapu Lele. Being able to come in, sponge the hits from Lele quite nicely overall, and being able to throw up the Stealth Rocks, do some really, really good damage to Lele with Body Press. Or not Body Press, Heavy Slam. Body Press is quad resisted. Do some really good damage with the Heavy Slam, as he really doesn't have much that would really be okay with swapping into the Heavy Slam. I have Rest there just in case, get low. A good amount of defense, and the Terra Poison, just in case Hitmonlee does start to go crazy, we can kind of set up the Terra Poison, have a good amount of bulk, and live any one attack, so long as he has not set up that Swords Dance for the most part. We can still probably live a good amount with that Swords Dance up. At least one, hopefully one anyway. So Orthworm here, very defensive mon, and ready to set up their hazards and make sure that things are going our way. Next up on the team is Corviknight. He's going to be fulfilling the same kind of role as Orthworm. However, the difference between Corviknight and Orthworm is, Orthworm is going to be in charge of fighting the Lele. Corviknight here is insurance for both insurance for Lele as well as insurance for the Hitmonlee. A good amount of defense. That defense is just enough, just in case, to one-shot Lele with Heavy Slam. Drill Peck is there for the Hitmonlee, being able to, if it is the Lele Hitmonlee, Drill Peck will always one-shot Hitmonlee, so long as he does not have enough bulk to be able to maybe live one. But he'd probably be trying to bulk into something else, so he'd probably end up having a lot more bulk there. But Corviknight here, though, a very good wall. And as much as I would like to be able to pivot around with Corviknight, defog is super important for the rest of the team, and Drill Peck is needed for the Hitmonlee. The other moves do not do enough damage, and so it is needed there. So hopefully Corviknight can really show up and do pretty well. He's been being a little bit rocky lately, but for the most part, he's been stepping up where need be. So here's hoping for Corviknight to be able to do its job and do it well. Ignore the fact that Domino's magically appeared here. I ordered food and it showed up. Next up on the team is Dragapult, and the main reason why we have to keep the hazards off the field. Mostly a special pivot Dragapult this week. Dragon Dart, Shadow Ball, Thunderbolt, and U-Turn. This can kind of hit everything on his team. It's kind of just like a bog standard, just make sure that, we can do a lot of damage. If I can keep the Sash intact, and he does start going crazy with Hitmonlee, can always revenge kill it that way, if he still has the terrain up. And if I do recall, this set for this amount of special attack with this plus special attack nature, Shadow Ball's a one-shot on Lele. Just in case we need that, just in case, we have Dragapult out and there's staring down Lele, I can throw out the Shadow Ball and one-shot the Lele. So, just in case he decides, maybe, if it's a Scarf Lele and it's confident, it's, cocky, of just, oh, I can just throw off a free Moonblast against his entire team. Ha! So that's kind of like the main part of Dracopult here. You know, can kind of clean up late, does a lot of damage to a lot on his team. The only problematic thing would be the Tapu Bulu, but we can always just U-turn out, plus I'm not expecting him to bring it. So Dracopult here, he's... if any Pokemon has been, like, not really showing the most worth out of my team, it has unfortunately been the Dracopult. So I'm hoping that, like, you know, like, some weeks we don't need Dracopult. He's just kind of there as insurance, but I would like Dracopult to really be able to step up and just show what he's really got packing. Next up on the team is Urshifu Rapid Strike. Choice Scarf set this time. No trying to set up, no trying to get cheeky or anything. Just hidden fast, hidden hard. Surging Strikes, Close Combat, U-Turn. He's my main pivoter now for this match, instead of Corviknight, and Ice Spinner. Ice Spinner super important this game, most likely. If I can kind of get a cheeky Scarf Ice Spinner off, I can remove the terrain. Which means Hitmonlee does not get to go crazy. Does not get to go crazy. Other than that, like a very bog standard Urshifu set. Come in, hit hard, pivot to a wall, pivot around, just trying to make sure that, like, you know, I'm always in a good matchup. Fairly bog standard. Nothing too crazy here, really. Just like no real main reason to bring Urshifu. It was just, you know, Urshifu looked better than other options on my team. There probably could have been something I could have done with someone else, but I figured Urshifu, with the Choice Scarf, with the Surging Strikes, with the Ice Spinner being able to remove the terrain, I've thought, you know, Urshifu was probably the best option here. Second to last is going to be Meloetta. An Assault Vest set. Hyper Voice, Knockoff, Psychic, and U-Turn. This thing is meant to fight the special attackers that are the big threats on Mantis' side. Do out some really nice damage with Stab Hyper Voice, Stab Psychic, knock off some items that could end up being very important, and overall, like, you know, cripple down what it can. U-turn around, always nice to be able to have, get that momentum going, and just hit really hard with its stabs, while being able to take special hits like an absolute champion with the Assault Vest. This was originally going to be a Smeargle slot here, but I decided against Smeargle. That's right, I'm saying that, you know, my last slot's not Smeargle already, but I was debating on the Smeargle for the longest time, and I'm like, you know what? No. The webs really don't do enough this battle. I wanted to bring web, but it does not do enough. Even with the Unburden boost from Hitmonlee, it still outspeeds everything. That's how crazy Unburden can be, and how useless the webs really would have been. Everything that I would want to outspeed, unless it's Scarf, still outspeeds. Or I already outspeed, I mean. So it's like, you know, there would be some boundaries being pushed there of, like, you know, I could outspeed this instead of this. But I decided over Meloetta, I wanted something that was more consistent, something that can swap in on any single special attack that wants to be thrown out. I'm kind of building a lot towards the Lele, but the Lele is a problem. If I can get the Lele down without having to worry about the Psychic terrain being up, that is a huge boost for us. But I'm not going to worry too much about the Lele this battle, because I have enough to really worry about it. So we'll just see what Meloetta can do. Meloetta has been one of my favorite Pokemon using this draft. It has done a lot. It's been a lot of fun to use, and I hope to be able to use it more. And then, of course, the last Pokemon that we have to go in the Pokemon Sword to look at is Pinsir. Mega Pinsir here. A very standard set of just the Flying Stab part of it, with Quick Attack, Frustration, Swords Dance, and Substitute. Now, I was going back and forth on this for the longest time. Do I want Rock Slide or do I want Substitute? or do I want Stone Edge? Do I want a way to be able to hit the Moltres with non-contact damage in case I get Flame Body burned? And I was also thinking, well, do I want to maybe risk the Flame Body burn and run Facade? I decided I'm just going to play to the best that I can around the Moltres and let Urshifu, Dracopult, and Meloetta deal with it. And maybe try and risk not getting hit with the Flame Body. So I went back and forth on this for a long time, and I decided Substitute could be a way to instantly win the battle. If I can get up a Substitute, there's a chance that I just instantly win. Right there. And Pinsir hits really hard. So, like, Mega Pinsir hits really hard. I still have to run Jolly, so I can outspeed a non-Scarf Lele. And so, you know, we'll see what happens. I'm very confident in Pinsir. It is one of my favorite Megas to use. But there was that one battle with Cool Beans, I think it was, where, like, he did not do the best that he could. And then, like, you know, he's been stepping up and doing out a ton of damage. So, that's the team. We'll see just how things go. Later on, we'll see just how things go. I will be meeting you back here tomorrow for the battle, but I'll be doing the battle later today. So I hope that you all have a fantastic day. I'm going to enjoy some Domino's Pizza, #not sponsored, and I hope that you all have... I already said that. Goodbye.